Hey, I'm Matt with Meat Church. Let's make Jailhouse Chili. This is a legendary recipe that allegedly is so good that inmates that were discharged from the Dallas County Jail were said to have asked the sheriff for the recipe. They enjoyed it so much while they were incarcerated. Well, in 1962, Dallas Morning News columnist Frank Tolbert, if you live in Dallas, you know Tolbert's Old Chili Parlor, he wrote an article in the Saturday Evening Post titled, "That Bowl of Fire Called Chili." Now, it was about this recipe. And this was one of the first articles that got nationwide coverage around original Texas chili. And people got so fired up that Tolbert said he received 29,000 letters about this because chili originated in Texas and is about the meat, the garlic, cumin, and all those flavors. It's not about anything else in it. So we're gonna recreate it today for you guys. We're gonna start out with a beautiful 3-pound chuck roast. You know us at Meat Church. Our chili is about the meat. So we're gonna cube this up. We're gonna go like little, kind of like 1 by 1 at the most size. Get this all cubed up, and we're gonna season it up with some Blanco. I've told people for years, self-proclaimed chili expert. I've studied it left and right. Told you in previous videos where chili originated from the chili queens down in San Antonio, and no knock on other types of chilies. But as I said earlier, Texas chili, where it was originated, is really focused on the meat, the chilies, the garlic, the cumin. We're gonna do all of that today. No fillers are necessary. In fact, if you compete in Terlingua in the World Chili Championship, you're not gonna find any fillers such as beans, noodles, corn, any of that stuff. But you know, as always, feel free to add whatever you like to your chili. All right, we've got it all cubed up. Now we need to season. So we're gonna use our Blanco today. Salt, pepper, onion, garlic. Toss it around, get it nice and seasoned. And then the base of this, chilies. So yes, we have our Texas chili seasoning, but when we're making a classic bowl of red, we're gonna rehydrate some chilies. So I've got some chilies de árbol here that we're gonna rehydrate. So as soon as I'm done seasoning this up, I'm going to boil a little bit of water. Rehydrate these chilies de árbol here, so just dried chilies. So we're gonna pour a little water in and boil it. All right, this water is about to boil. Gonna pour this in here. And just set it aside. All right, gonna bring in our Dutch oven. Early recipe started with some suet. We're actually gonna use beef tallow. All right, tallow's melted, so in we go with the chuck roast. And with this amount of meat, 3 pounds or so, you're gonna have to do this in batches. You don't wanna overcrowd it. You'll reduce the temperature of the pan, but just also a lot easier to work with. So I'll do this in 2 different batches here. And what we want to do is we just want to brown on all sides. So I like to, once you get it all kind of spread out in here, I like to let it sit, make sure we get good browning, toss it around, do that a couple times. You know, I'm a purist, I'm authentic. Real chili doesn't have beans in it. And the amount of comments I get from people that say, oh, that's just hot dog sauce. Well, I got to tell you, I've never had hot dog sauce with 3 pounds of prime chuck roast in it. All right, this is browned, so using a slotted spoon, I'm gonna set it aside so that I can do the final batch of chuck roast. Woo, smells good. All right, final batch is browned up. So we're gonna leave all of this fat down in the bottom of the pan, and that's what we're gonna use to saute our veg. Beef tallow, really good fat, smells good, good for you. Onions in. So I'm gonna soften these for about 6 to 7 minutes. At that point, add in the garlic. You don't wanna put the garlic in too soon or it will burn. And at the same time, that's when I'm gonna dice up the chilies and put those in as well. All right, in with our freshly minced garlic and the chilies arbol. All right, we're just gonna give this about 2 to 3 minutes here. Now, the original recipe did not have onions, but we've tested it a few different ways, and you know, I like onions in my chili, particularly our Texas chili. This is gonna be our 8th chili recipe on meatchurch.com, but our OG Texas chili is the one that everybody wins competitions with. We have onions in that one. Also, the original recipe, as I said, has cumin in it. We're gonna go with 3 tablespoons of Meat Church Texas chili seasoning that has that in it. Now, if you want something hot, want more spice, go 5 tablespoons or so. But through our testing and feeding this to our staff at Meat Church, we found 3 is a good, easy place. All right, that looks good, smelling awesome. Pretty potent, to be honest with you. So now we're going in with all of that delicious meat. All right, now we're gonna add a bunch of beef stock. This is also a change, as original versions called for water. Very simple, I prefer stock. We're gonna bring this up to a simmer. And then we're gonna need to thicken. And everything in here now is obviously already cooked, but you gotta simmer this for about 3 hours. The longer you cook it, as with all of our chili recipes, really gonna let it kind of bring things together, let those flavors meld. You've got to tenderize all this chuck roast. You've just browned it so far, so you want to cook it completely through and simmer it long enough that it totally breaks down. Now, you can do all this in a crock pot. We do everything outside. It's frozen here in Texas right now. There's ice everywhere outside my outdoor kitchen. There's something about cooking in the outdoors. Tastes better, it's more rewarding. Cooked it out here in the elements. So let's put a lid on this and bring it up to a simmer. As you can see, we are now simmering. So this is pretty thin, obviously, and you've got options on how to thicken it up. And so we're gonna go with a classic method, which is to cut up corn tortillas. You could also use masa. We mix all this in, and then as I said, we're gonna allow this to simmer. You wanna go at least 3 hours. That's gonna guarantee that all that meat is nice and broken down and tenderized. But honestly, you could continue to simmer as long as you want. I love to do stuff like this in advance and kind of let it simmer throughout the day, so that way when work is over, it's time to eat dinner, you don't have to do anything but scoop your bowl. All right, this is all stirred up. I'm gonna cover it up and allow it to cook. Okay, it has been several hours, and let me tell you, this smells unbelievable. But what I want to show you is that I've stirred it, you know, all the time through these past few hours, and you can see we started out with big chunks of meat, and it is totally broken down. And this reminds me of like my mom cooking pot roast. Totally broken down. I'm gonna turn this off. We need to let it cool off, and we're gonna scoop us a big bowl, taste it, see how we did. Well, still hot, but I can't wait any longer because the smell of this is unreal. And the amount of meat inside this, let's go. That's fucking man's chili right there. That is a bowl of chili. This is classic Texas red. I don't need beans in my chili. If you do, you more than likely squat to pee, and that's your business. But this is unbelievable. That is hearty. Let me tell you, 3 pounds of chuck roast, once it breaks down to where the bite that you get just has all of this broken down meat in it, I hate this word, but the mouthfeel of that is great. And the flavor from the chilies that are in this, the garlic, that is loaded with flavor. For the moronic people that say chili without beans is just hot dog sauce, I promise you, you ain't never had that on a hot dog. I mean, I'd eat it if you put it on there, but that's unbelievable. If you guys like what we're doing, love this recipe, please like and subscribe. All the recipes are always down below in the description that lead you to meatchurch.com. As I said earlier, this is our 8th chili recipe. We've got all types. Yes, we even have one with beans for you guys on there. Also, this will be in our comfort food playlist. So for this time of year, we got a lot of stuff that'll warm you up and good meals to make at home. We will see you guys next week.